Okay, good morning. It is Thursday, November 3rd, 2022, and opening with a significant gap down, double digit, greater than 10 points. I should probably start putting not just 10 plus points, but 20, 30 plus. Fairly straightforward things that may happen here, but first let's pull in the daily chart here real quick. Okay, you can see how we've opened below last week's low, which is this blue line at 51.75. In my stories, I called it 51.50 because I was using a different chart to determine what it was. But we have fallen back into what was a determined trading range. I didn't put that in my stories. We're below the 20 moving average, and I didn't mention that either. I probably should have done that. But at any rate, we've gapped down significantly, and we're going to, this would support, again, this having been more of a correctional move, this zigzag up, and reserving the downtrend for now. However, this could be a wave one, and we may get a wave two. And if that's the case, we're likely to, the most common retracement for a wave two is 618, which would put us down here at 3640, which is at the bottom of this trading range that I marked out before, which is at the bottom, which is 36.35 quarter. So right in that general area. All right, so what does all this mean? Let's move into profiles real quick. Before I do that, I want to point out way down below, so we're below where we open right now. We've got a weekly volume point of control from 1015, which I'll pull in and show you that real quick, where that's derived from. So this is a weekly profile chart, and we're looking at this is the weekly profile chart. We've also got a contract volume point of control at 3690, so right in that area. And so this is an area that if we do move down to, that plays into the story. So we gap down. We're back into the overnight range for the moment. We stopped one. Let me see here. Nope, we did not stop one-time framing lower yet. So this is the case of one of the stories, whether or not we continue to one-time frame lower. And we have a weak low right now on the S1. So anyway, just letting it shake out here. Let's just talk straightforward about the stories. But real quick, let's look at the profile. We have the order flow definitely down. We've got a lot of volume distributions from yesterday and last night that could be traded against if we do come back up. Excuse me. So that all being said, we're looking at one story as we reverse a back above the prior week's low at 34.5 or 34.75. Well, we went in it and got rejected out. So right now that would mean, if we can stay below last night's range, the overnight low here, then we're looking at a greater move to the downside. Okay, but if not, if we get back up here, we start climbing up again. Take it one piece at a time. Monkey bar entries and volume distributions would be the strategy to trade against to try to get join in that move. I've coined the term monkey bars for climbing up and trading against references, or and not just a price number, but little areas. All right, the second story would be to continue one-time framing lower to the 3700 area, and I put reverses. I didn't need to put this in here. I actually broke that off into another story. Continue one-time framing lower to 3700 area. So strategy be one-time framing entry and look for exits around 3700 or whenever. But that may be the potential all the way down to 3700. So right now that's about 30 points away. The next thing is if we do move to 3700, reversals. So the stories would be we reverse in that area or rotate around the contract volume point of control at 3790. And we may get something like this, move down there. I don't know how many bars it'll take, and then we start to get some of this like this, But if we start to get too short, that plays into the next move, okay, our next story. So settle under rotational trade extremes of balance. So you kind of got to watch the intraday value area, references, order flow, all those kinds of things. And then possibility would be for a counter directional move from that area. Again, we could go way lower than that, but this is as far as I'm taking the stories here. Move from 3790 to 3700 counter directional, meaning if they get too short down here and people aren't getting paid anymore and they start to bail out later, you could see a move all the way back up. And right now that high is kind of weak in my opinion against the prior week's low. So it could just be a mid 50% retracement, or it could just unwind because we have a lot of shorts in the overnight and make an attempt to close the gap if we don't try to do that in story number 1. Okay, so I'm going to take these off. That's the plan for today. Looks like an interesting day today to be sure. And let me just clean this up here a bit and say to you, have a great day. Thank you very much.